My name is Sydney Couye, and welcome to another episode of Sydney's On The Clock. Halloween edition!
Yeah.
So, if you are not familiar with Sydney's On The Clock, or if you did not watch last episode, today on the side of me, I have Mr. Chris Williams.
Hey, guys. Chris Williams here, podcaster. I'm just blessed for another opportunity. Thank you, Sydney.
Okay, so Chris.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to be for Halloween?
Well,
because you only have the shirt. I'm just saying, I think I pulled out all the 9 yards. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out I'm a ninja. So, Chris, what are you?
Well, as you can see, I have my Drew Brees jersey. You know, Drew Brees on the back, as you can see.
So, are you a football player?
Yeah, I am.
Where's the helmet? Where's the football? You need to add the props to go with it.
You don't need a football. You just need yourself. You know, you just need the eye black. You just need the jersey.
So, your Halloween's just in the spirit, huh?
In the spirit.
Well, today's on Sydney's On The Clock. We'll be talking nothing but basketball today. So, Chris, you want to take over?
Yes. For college basketball, welcome to the Bluff, Coach Johnson, Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson was introduced to Southern University. He is the 15th Southern University men's coach. He was voted on April 19, 2023 by the Southern University Board of Directors. He was a coach at Louisiana Lafayette, helped the program to 174 wins as an assistant coach.
Okay, now, Chris, I'm going to stop you right there, okay? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. So let's just give them a little background. So at Southern University, there is now a new head men's basketball coach. Mr. Kevin Johnson starts his first season literally today.
Yeah.
The first exhibition game is today at Southern University at 6:30. You'll probably catch one of us there if you know if you're in Baton Rouge area. But he is taking over for Coach Sean Woods, who coached 5 consecutive seasons with the Jaguars. His overall record was 64-81. He had no conference championships, no NCAA titles. So I truly think that this is the change that the Jaguars needed.
Yeah.
You had 5 consecutive seasons of just being stagnant. However, to give Coach Woods a little grace, he was the COVID season. Let's put it this way. The COVID season was his breakout season, but whenever COVID hit, they couldn't finish the season out, and he wasn't able to live up to the glory that happened the season prior.
A lot of things happened there.
So are you excited for this new era? I feel like with Coach Johnson, we've seen what he did with Tulane and with the Sun Belt Conference or the ACC, and we've seen what he did in UL, because UL is the Sun Belt Conference.
He was also the Nichols head coach for 3 seasons. He was 20-11. Mm-hmm. He was also 19-2 in the Southland Conference. Mm-hmm. As you don't know, guys, that is the Sun Belt Conference where Nichols and Georgia State and all those other even James Madison as well, all those other colleges in that conference.
So, normally whenever a new coach comes into the scene, they completely have new players. So out of the roster, there's only 2 returning stars, which we'll see tonight. Everybody else is completely new. So I'm excited what the Jags has up for the upcoming season. But moving into women's basketball, LSU women's basketball is set to start November 6th. I'm excited.
I am excited.
I am so excited. And it's not just Angel Reese, because, they're coming into the season being top dog. Yeah. They won last season.
Yep, they won.
They won national championships. And this is the first one in the women's especially under Kim Mulkey.
Yep.
So with the addition of Haley Van Lith, Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky transfer who plays point guard. Yeah. How do you think the women's, or just what are the Tigers going to do differently this season? Because they're already a winning team. You already have only one person that didn't come back. Yes. You virtually have all 4 of your starters, and then you have Haley, who's going to be filling up the point.
Well, Haley Van Life from Louisville, she put up many points at the Louisville Cardinals. And this is just the additive. So business is business for the LSU Tigers, and I feel like they'll repeat.
You think a repeat?
Oh, yeah, repeat. Angel Reese, yeah.
Do you think South Carolina will still come back to, shake up the NCAA scene?
No, I don't think so. No, I think so.
I mean, they did lose virtually all their starters. They all literally went to the WNBA, which is they're playing amazingly. But this is not all that here in store for Sydney's On The Clock. We'll see you back after commercial break.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
And we are back on Sydney's On The Clock. So we're just going to get straight into it. Mm-hmm. The best season in sports is here. Yeah. I know we touched on it a little bit the past 2 episodes, but now it is officially the start of the NBA season. And, you know, they've been playing the past 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. We've been getting to get a feel of some of the teams and maybe how they're doing the season. But let's go straight into it. Early season predictions. I have my picks. So I say for the Eastern Conference Finals, we're going to see the Bucks and we're going to see the Celtics. Okay. And I say for the Western Conference Finals will definitely be the Suns and the Nuggets. Mm. But let's go into about the Celtics. So, you know, the Celtics now have the addition of they have Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah. They also have Drew Holiday. Yeah. And, you know, Jason Tatum has been holding down the fort whenever he was with the 23 season playing with Jaylen Brown. Yeah. But I'm glad the addition of Drew Holiday has happened in terms of trade because that's what they needed. That's what the Celtics needed to actually go to, or not even go to the championship, to get the championship. Yeah. Postseason, the Celtics defense was absolutely trash. Let's call it what it is. Mm-hmm. The Celtics defense was trash. They were rated the second best team during the season, in early season defense. Mm-hmm. But going into the postseason, they just couldn't hold up the momentum. And you can't have a drop off that big when it comes to basketball in the postseason because that's what guarantees you going forward later on. We've seen this especially during the Eastern Conference Finals. They just couldn't hold their own when it came to the Heat. They couldn't. Jimmy Butler did what he needed to do. And but what I can say, as they've been playing so far with the current season, they have been on a roll. I mean, this past game when they played with the Wizards, they have been shooting 50% from field goals, 30%, which could be a little better from 3-pointers. But what do you think is going on with the Celtics right now?
Man, I feel like, man, they're on the right track, man. Like with my stats, with Drew Holiday, you know, you have like a defensive scorer,
right?
Because Drew Holiday, even with the Pelicans, he has proven that he can put 21 points up per game.
Mm-hmm.
He has proven to be a stopper, I guess.
I will also say a backbone of the team. I feel like he's one of those players that's definitely underrated in terms of being overlooked with the way he can add chemistry to a team. We've seen it with the Pelicans, like you just mentioned. Yeah. And I feel like we're starting to see it now. You know, whenever they first played, though, the very first game, you can tell they didn't have that chemistry that's needed. But again, at the beginning, or how would I say this? You also have to take into consideration there's 100 and something games in the NBA season. The season is going to continue, so they have the time to actually sit there and nurture themselves to be able to be the dominant team I know they're going to be. But you don't think the Bucks, especially with Dame now in Milwaukee, you don't think that they have a contingency? Because I remember whenever the trade first happened, all the media outlets reporting on the fact that they were number one seeded, or quote unquote, to win the championships.
No, I mean, to be honest, like Dame going to the Bucks, it's an additive, but you need one more player. You need one more player to be that additive.
My point exactly, because Dame and Giannis, we know they can do it, but at the same time, the Bucks doesn't have a bench.
No, they don't.
They don't have a bench.
No.
And I'm not, God forbid, let's say injury happens, because, that's just what it is. They're an athlete. They play sports. Who is going to be able to come in off the bench to put up the points that the Bucks are going to need to actually see themselves having a championship contingent season? Nobody. I don't see anybody on the bench.
I would say if James Harden gets his act together, I'll say James Harden. But James Harden would not want to get off the bench. He's more of like a me player. So it's just, but if James Harden gets traded to the Bucks, he should be that guy.
You didn't hear it today? James got traded to the Clippers this morning.
Oh, wow.
They were finally done with him.
Wow.
With the 76ers, he was ready to go. You know how many times it was reported on that he didn't go to practice. He wasn't there for any of the preseason team meetings. He just completely up and disappeared. Yeah. I mean, because, he was having problems with his GM.
Man, nah, he was the problem.
You think James Harden genuinely was the problem?
Yes.
I wonder how this is going to affect him, especially, having these issues with the 76ers going into the Clippers, because the Clippers franchise does not play that. But we'll get into that later as Sydney on the Clock comes back after commercial break.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hey, we're back on Sydney's on the Clock. This is Chris Williams. This is Sydney Coulier. Sydney, what's going on with the Pelicans? Because with the Pelicans, they lost to Stephen Curry. He put 42 points on them.
Okay, before you even get to that, I'm going to cut you off right there.
Okay.
The Pelicans are currently number 2 in the Eastern Conference. Mm-hmm. And even though it's early season, and even though I'm backtracking, because I know in the past episodes I was a big critic of the Pelicans, but seeing their last 3 games with the Grizzlies, the Knicks, and the Warriors, I genuinely think the Pelicans is a team that the Eastern Conference needs to watch out for. And hear me out.
Okay.
The Pelicans last season, the 2022-2023 season, the Pelicans, the first 30, 40 games, they were that team to beat. A lot of people don't genuinely remember that. The Pelicans were generally an underrated team that came in the Eastern Conference, especially whenever it was the beginning of the season, and they were dominant. The only issue with the Pelicans is that they cannot continue to stay healthy.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Even Zion weight issues.
They cannot continue to stay healthy. However, Zion Williamson has actually been playing.
Yeah.
He's been playing. And, I mean, they played very well. Whenever they played against the Grizzlies, it played to bring home the win. It was 11-4. The Pelicans, the entire team, shot 47% from the field. They shot 43% from the three-point line, especially given the Pelicans, not the entire team actually has – the entire team isn't that big on mid-range and outside shots. So the fact that they were able to put up numbers like that shows they are a good team. It's even with the Knicks. 50% from the field. The Warriors, even though they lost out to the Warriors, because look, I feel like Stephen Curry is another generational talent. You have to give the Pelicans their props. If they stay healthy, they are a team to build. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Let's play it out. CJ McCollum played his game. Actually, he played a real good game last night. Right? So when you have CJ McCollum healthy, you even have
Brandon Ingram,
Trey Murphy. Because Trey Murphy was out with the knee injury. Even if he comes back, they're gonna be dominant. Because I've noticed more and more as I watch film too. Zion plays exactly like Charles Barkley.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. If you literally go back and you look at film and compare the way both of those
big bodies,
they're big body men, but also too they were dominant in the paint. As soon as Zion touches that rim or gets close to the backboard, there's no stopping him. We've seen that time and time again. But his problem is for him to stay healthy, he needs to develop an outside game. It doesn't even necessarily, and actually I take that back. It doesn't even necessarily have to be an outside game. He needs a good mid-range jumper to reduce the risk of injury because he bangs too much from down low. That's how he's going to consistently end up injured.
Yeah.
So once he backs it up, gets that together, especially with the addition with Brandon Ingram, because him and Brandon Ingram, I feel like they are such a underrated duo. Yeah. When the chemistry those boys have, when you put them on the court, unstoppable. They're gonna be the team to watch out for. But Brandon Ingram especially was already out this past game when they played the Warriors, and I feel like that plays a big part in the fact that they couldn't beat the Warriors.
But also with the young man who put a lot of points during the Final Four, I forgot his name, for UConn. He can also be an additive towards this team when Brandon Ingram is out.
Coming off the bench. Because I remember that was his first time starting. It was this past game starting. And the Pelicans, like I said, if they stay healthy, they'll be the team to watch out for. But then, too, I feel like this past game, whenever they played against the Warriors, because remember you said they got demolished at the Warriors at first when we first started the segment.
Points,
The only thing I'm going to say is that I feel like a lot of people just are putting out Steph of the MVP title because of his age. But you have to realize Stephen Curry is 35, still averaging 42, 5, and 5. That is insane. When you literally go back to the stats, when his 2015-2016 MVP season, if we're looking at preseason and we're looking at early season stats, he's playing better than that unanimous MVP season.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry is that person. I mean, that guy. And I genuinely feel like the Pelicans, one loss to the Warriors, it's 100-something games in a season. They're going to continue to lose here and there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to affect them that bad.
Well, we have to see.
So this has been Sydney Coulier and Chris, and we will be right back after commercial break.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements, and that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Welcome back to Sydney's On The Clock. Congratulations to the Bay Area for being chosen as the WNBA's expansion team, the first time since 2008 that the WNBA has expanded. So, just what do you think about women's sports and the fact that it has taken almost more than 13 years for WNBA to actually finally expand?
I think it's a lot of politics in between it, like with feminism and things like that. But I feel like this is a big opportunity for women's sports. And I hope the WNBA does well and expands to like New Orleans or somewhere else. But this is a good opportunity.
I feel like the Bay Area specifically was a good choice for the expansion team just due to the fact, I remember when we were talking earlier, very liberal. The whole West is very liberal.
Yep.
And not even to get in specifically into politics, but whenever you have an expansion team, you need to have a city specifically that can drive revenue for the team. Because that's the whole point of WNBA, the NBA. It's a business.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that it's not just the players playing, it's a business. They need to see profit from this. Yeah. So the fact that you have just not even the Bay Area, I'm talking about the West in general. Yeah. You even have the Aces just winning, Las Vegas Aces winning the WNBA championship. I feel like the West is the place to have that team. Yeah. And I know you had a couple questions. Let's hit on them. Okay.
Do you think, just because they have an expansion team, right, in California, do you think because the Pelicans got an expansion team, do you think Louisiana will have the opportunity to have a WNBA team?
No.
Why not?
I don't think Louisiana will have a WNBA team because if we're being 100% honest, the Pelicans are actually talking about moving.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people didn't know that.
No.
Seattle was, whenever they're talking about NBA expansion, a lot of people want to see Seattle have their, they had the Supersonics back in the day.
Supersonics.
They want to see them have a team back in the day. Or they want to see them have a team again, And from what I've been talking about and listening to in the NBA world, the Pelicans will probably be the first to go.
Oh,
if not the Pelicans, it'll be the Hornets moving again. Because, the Hornets were in New Orleans first and then moved to Charlotte.
I would rather the Hornets because they're not good. They're pretty bad. And
we don't even have to get into that. The Hornets, they have too much off-court issues.
Yeah, they do. They need help.
But I know you specifically had a question with Angel Reese and the potential of her being a WNBA.
Yeah, I do.
So go on.
Do you think Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese from LSU, Caitlin Clark from the Iowa Hawkeyes, do you feel like they'll build a dynasty in the Bay Area, or do you feel like if they do build a dynasty, it'll be unfair to other teams like the New York Liberty or the Las Vegas Aces?
I don't think they'll build a dynasty in a sense because if we're being 100% honest, the Bay Area expansion team, they don't plan to start again until 2025.
Yeah.
Right. Angel Reese has already been talking about staying another year in college, which I don't blame her. And I'm pretty sure because Caitlin Clark, they both came in around the same time, I believe.
2020.
They both have that COVID year.
Yeah.
I genuinely think they're going to continue playing in college as long as they can, only because that's where the market is. That's where they get their money from, especially with the expansion or the acclimation of the NIL. Players don't want to automatically jump into the league now because they're making so much money in college. Think about it. Why would I risk running the chance of injury playing against not even necessarily better, but women of the same caliber, bigger, better, the league is the league.
Yeah,
that's the next step after college when I could build up my money now and do what I need to do now. Like we've seen this. Angel Reese's, her NIL value is already 1.6 million.
Yeah.
She's one of the top in terms of athletes in general, even from Livy Doon, also at LSU with 3.3, and then you have Shedeur Sanders and everybody else.
4 million as well for Shedeur Sanders. I think Travis Hunter, he's like 2 million. So
that's what I'm saying. So I genuinely don't think that they will have any type of super team. I think the NBA will do a great job of spreading all their players out, so to build the hype.
Yeah.
But this has been a great episode of Sydney's on the Clock, Halloween edition. We have Drew Brees, even though he needed his helmet, and we have the Ninja here. So this has been Sydney Coulier and
Chris Williams.
And thank you so much, and we'll see you next episode. Bye, y'all.